Welcome back, fellow Vikings! Today we journey from Ripe to Skjern. The world of the Vikings is vast and full of surprises, and we are here to experience it all. As we were crossing a vast frozen lake, disaster struck. Eydis fell into the icy waters. Without a moment's hesitation, I leaped in and saved her from the chilling embrace of the lake. The water was bone-chilling cold, but my determination to rescue Eydis kept me going. With all my strength, I pulled her out of the water and onto the safety. Remember, in our journey, it's not just about battles and conquests, but also about looking out for one another in times of need. Together, we can overcome any challenge that comes our way. We were just on our way to a shelter to warm up even more, as the blankets haven't quite done the trick, but the shelter was already occupied by a pack of wolves. Fear not, brave souls, for this is where our Viking skills truly come into play. With our sharp wits and even sharper weapons, we are more than ready to face this unexpected challenge head-on. As we cautiously approached the shelter, we heard the wolves' howls echoing through the icy wilderness. It's a chilling sound, but it only fuels our determination to emerge victorious from this encounter. With a battle cry that would make our ancestors proud, we charge into the shelter, ready to confront the fierce pack of wolves.
Still say I yield. crunch was your maker calling you home.
At least we have a few more wolf pelts to warm us up in the future. We gathered wood, built a fire, and Eydis took charge of cooking us a delicious meal over the flames. Meanwhile, everyone else in the team was busy showcasing their unique skills and strengths, contributing to our collective success. Some were healing others, others were preparing herbs for future healings. Some again were repairing armor, while others were scouting and hunting. As the sun set and the stars emerged in the night sky, we sat around the crackling fire, feeling grateful for each other's company and our shared victory over the challenges we faced. With full bellies and spirits lifted, we settled in for a restful night under the watchful eyes of the wilderness around us, and of course of the ones who were on guard. Our next resting place was also already taken by a group of bandits. Quite a surprise, eh? Well, I guess they are bandits. And it's not even unfortunate, as it's very good for experience gathering.
I see you know how to use that. I'm in your debt. did all this blood come from? Oh.
Shit! Let me take a look. Thank you.
That was the last of them. Unfortunately, we again have taken some new wounds, which will need care. Picture this. After a good rest and leaving the shelter, an icy storm suddenly hits us out of nowhere. With quick thinking and teamwork, we decide to create an ad hoc shelter using whatever resources we have. Gathering branches, leaves, and any other material we can find, we start building our makeshift refuge. Despite the cold and challenging conditions, our spirits remain high as we work together towards a common goal. We huddle together, sharing stories and laughter to keep our spirits up until the storm finally begins to subside. Once the freezing downpour passes, we emerge from our shelter stronger and more united than ever before. I have decided it was enough fights for already taken shelters, leave a fight also for later. So we packed up and haven't stopped until we have reached Skjern. We finally arrived in Skjern after a long and arduous journey, filled with excitement and anticipation. Our next destination was Hulda's place. The thought of meeting her filled us with hope and gratitude, especially our wounded members. After gathering some herbs to make a tea for later, or maybe a tincture, Thorfinn announced that they have gathered the timber we have chosen earlier in the forest, and all is left for me is to name my new ship. I found that the name Draki is well fit for the ship of Thorndee Gaming. With this we have another quest completed, that is the Longship. It's time for me to go to my longhouse and check upon things regarding Skjern. My mother tells me Ragnar, the trader we have saved in the marshes near Ripe, have already arrived in Skjern. It's time to take the medicine to Nefja's sister, Eyfura. Upon entering their house, their mother is already waiting anxiously. I'm glad we were able to do this. Another quest completed, that is the Frail One. After that, we have visited Sigurdur, but she haven't had any news for us. So I have commissioned the upgrading of the farms in Skjern, and the upgrading of my herdmen and myself using the skill points gathered. Just before venturing out again, I have asked Kveldurfr, the town blacksmith, to repair Nefja's shield, but only that, as I don't want to spend all the resources on things which are not badly damaged. After that, I have decided to solve another quest and go to Erlinger's farm, but Gunnarr got injured a bit on the road. When arriving to the farm, I've looked for Dyrbjorn and gave him the claw he has hidden in the forest of Skjern. Old Depth's quest is also completed. So it's time to venture back south again, but this time in a new episode of our journey. As we set off on this new chapter, the road ahead is filled with unknown twists and turns, but that only adds to the thrill of the adventure. Each mile brings us closer to new experiences, new landscapes, and new friendships waiting to be made. As we will travel through unfamiliar territory, we will embrace the challenges and embrace the opportunities for growth. And as the sun sets on each day of our journey, we are grateful for the memories we are creating and the stories we will have to share. Hail, sail, travelers!